I'm going to show you the traditional provisional cast on. You'll need a piece of waste yarn and a crochet hook about the same size as the needles that you'll be using. You're going to start with the slip knot. And then you're simply going to chain a few more, make a few more chains than stitches you want to cast on. Make your chains sort of loose. It doesn't have to be pretty because they're going to be coming off. It's not going to affect your work. If you're casting on 40 stitches, chain about 45 to 50 stitches, so that way then you have extra for good measure. You'll see why. So just loosely chain, and then when you come to the end, when you're ready to, you've chained up as many chains as you need, just simply pull this tail through. I like to also make an extra knot on the end of this tail so that I know that this is the side I want to start with when it's time to undo my stitches. You're going to want to start picking up the stitches at the side that you started your chain on, so your original slip knot side. If you look at the face, you see a nice, flat, pretty little chain. But if you flip it over, you see those bumps? See those little bumps right there? You're picking those up. So get your knitting needles and just simply go in from the front. I think that's the easiest. It doesn't matter. And just pick these little bumps up. If it's tight or you can't quite get into the next one or the yarn is splitting, it's okay to go ahead and just skip past it and just keep going. It's not going to matter as long as you have the right amount of stitches on the needle for your cast on. It's not going to matter how many stitches you have hanging out in the middle or on either end. So just keep picking up until you have as many stitches as you need. And then all you're going to do, just obviously make sure that all your ducks are in a row and they're not twisting. And then you're just simply going to start knitting like you normally would. So get your needle. Where are you? And then you're just going to start knitting. I'm going in through the back just because I feel like it's easier, and you know, good practice to know which way your stitches are sitting. So if you see them sitting backwards like this, all you got to do is knit through the back loop and it will be sitting the right way again, the way it's supposed to be. But again, it doesn't matter for these because these green stitches are going to be pulled out when you are ready to make these black stitches live again, whether you're doing a decorative cast off or you're joining to another piece of fabric. So that's all there is to it. Not too tricky. Can be a little fiddly at first if you're not used to it, but isn't that how everything with knitting is? So there you go. There's your traditional provisional cast on. Have fun!